In a world full of bad news, this podcast is a source of good news, real talk, and real inspiration. On this show, you'll hear stories of growth, legacy, and entrepreneurship. Everyday people who overcome real challenges to build something meaningful. My name is Stephen Padernacht, third generation Bronx born and raised in the real estate game. This is the Padernacht Podcast, Brick by Brick. Today's episode of the Padernacht Podcast, Brick by Brick, is extra special because I'm welcoming somebody who's not only a seasoned professional, but also a friend. You already know him on Instagram as Mr. Elite or Moving Elites. I know him as Ozzy. Ozzy's a licensed real estate agent and also the owner of Moving Elites, a moving company built on trust, precision, and making every transition feel like home. What's unique about Ozzy is that he not only helps clients find the right home, he also helps them move in with care, integrity, and confidence. It's the perfect brick-by-brick synergy between answering real estate dreams and physically moving people into their next chapter. So, how's that intro for you, buddy?
Bro, let me tell you something. I want to meet that guy. You're good at that, dude. I'm going to have you call my clients, be like, first introduce me, and then give them a call. That was good.
Yeah, well, that was a combination of, I put some prompts in there and ChatGPT, and then we kind of, it was a team effort, so I got to give some props to ChatGPT on that. But I feel like a lot of it, there's always a sense of truth to everything, right? Like, I met you, well over a year ago, probably, almost 2 years already. Yeah. And dude, like you've just been solid, bro. Like, like really like a genuine person. And that's, one of the reasons why I asked you here today was just so that way you can promote your business and to get to know you a little bit better.
Thank you. Thank you, man. Yeah, we met at the at Ace.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yep. I remember that day.
Yep. Shout out to Sean and Dave.
Yeah, those are my boys. Those
for
are my
just
brothers.
Fostering relationships and communications.
Yeah,
right?
I love those guys, man. Sean, dude, chef.
Yeah,
that guy's food. Real. Oh my God. You need to insure those hands, dude. Like, my boy could burn on that.
Your connection with Ace though is through Dave, am I correct?
Yeah.
How long you know Dave?
Oh, Jesus. Probably over a decade now. We've known each other for a while, man. Time flies. I remember the first time I met him was in a club.
Really?
Yeah, dude. He had long hair and everything. I was like, I do not like this guy. I don't trust him.
Wait, he had long hair?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, he had it in
the beard? Still had the crazy beard?
He had the beard. He looked like Thor. He had a little ponytail, green hat, green shirt. Yeah, I remember that
Dave,
day.
Ponytail, bro.
Shit, I got to find the picture, man. Yeah, but that's my best friend. That's my brother, man.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And I can kind of see, right? Like when you meet people, you just like know the, wow, that was some crazy thunder. I don't know if you guys could hear that, but that was just some crazy thunder.
That was me talking shit about Dave. He heard us.
That was Thor.
Yeah, that was Thor.
That was Thor.
Told you, man.
Oh, shit. All right, so let's get focused again.
Yeah. There's going to be a lot of that going on.
Yeah,
bro. We're
but that's
go
cool,
on so
man.
many tangents.
Yeah, that's cool. So when you meet people, you just kind of get a vibe. Like me specifically, like when I meet somebody, and you kind of just know that they're coming from a good place, or you can know if they're a rat.
Yeah.
Right? And I think that's kind of what bonded us, right?
Yeah.
Just the genuine sort of like, all right, we've been through enough shit in our lives that now it's time to put your game face on and get our shit together.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's how I felt about you, man. One of the things that I loved about you is that you genuinely love to help people. And throughout Ace, even before we were like formally introduced, when we sat down, had breakfast or whatever, or dinner or whatever it was after that workout, I like saw you going from person to person. Like, yeah, I know this person. I'm gonna hook you up. Yeah, take down my number. And you know what? Like that's one of the things that I want to get good at. I want to get good at helping people, be able to give opportunities. And that's one of the things that I love about my company is that I can hire people who are looking for extra work.
Yep.
And, needing to pay for school or pay for their bills or whatever the case may be.
Yep.
I do. That's one thing about you and one thing about Dave that I learn, that I love and want to learn.
Well, I think you're well on your way, man. I mean, like when you helped me with that move a couple weeks ago, like you had a crew there and you could just kind of see the way you were able to walk in, assess the scene, and then put everybody kind of in the right place to make the move as smooth as possible.
Yeah.
And are those your regular guys?
Yeah. So I have 6 like really top-notch guys that they know that I want things a certain way and I trust them, and I'm going to start trusting them a little more where they're going to be on their own. So that's the goal, because the company is growing. I'm getting multiple jobs a day and I can't be everywhere at once.
That's a good problem to have, my man.
Yeah, man, it's a great problem. I'm blessed. This is what I asked for and God's delivering. So it's time. I mean, it's business, so it's scary. When you grow, you have to take risks, and this is one of the risks that I'm willing to take.
Yep.
And I trust them, so I'm more than sure things are going to work out. I'm more than sure that there's going to be issues, and I'm just going to deal with it, just like everything else.
How'd you come up with the name Moving Elites?
I wanted something that sounds, a bit royal, something classy.
Which your logo actually exemplifies that also.
What's crazy is, have you ever heard of Brand Crowd? It's a
No.
website.
No.
So you basically just put in like whatever you want your logo to represent, and it comes up.
Really?
Yeah, hell yeah. I'm not that creative.
Well, I didn't think you drew it.
Nah,
but
dude.
when you
Draw?
said- but when
This
you
shit would have
said-
been a stick figure with muscles. That's it. And I would have had my son draw it. Yeah.
So you wanted something that was like royal.
Yeah, something classy, because I didn't want anything. I don't know. I didn't want just like a regular box and a guy picking it up, or know. So I put that into that website, and it came out with this.
Nice.
Yeah.
And how long has the company been around?
It's about to hit 2 years now.
Really?
Yeah.
So just in line with when we
it's like a year
basically
and some
met.
change, probably like 6-7 months. Yeah.
That's awesome,
Yeah,
dude.
man.
That's awesome. And what kind of growth do you like? You said, and I could see it on your social medias, but like I could see that you're growing because like when you first started, when we first started connecting, there was a couple of moves there, but now it's like every day. It's like a different
Every
location.
day. Yeah, every day.
And I noticed different guys, right? It's not
Yeah.
always the same guys.
Yeah.
And you're in different places, different types of homes, apartments, commercial.
Yeah, and it's still growing, man. Now I'm starting to get a lot of commercial spots as well, which I'm nervous about. But I was nervous when I first started moving a apartment in the Bronx. So it's nothing. It's something that I'm getting comfortable with.
Was the bar the first commercial move?
Yes.
Really?
I didn't want to tell you that because I really want the job. So, but yes. I think I had one small office, like 5 chairs and 2 desks.
It's
That
not
was
really
it.
that much different, man.
Yeah.
It's just so for me, I've never used a moving company in my life.
Yeah.
By the way, so
Hopefully, I set those expectations.
Well, you did. You set
just in
them
case you go
super-
behind my back and be like, "These fucking guys suck." I should have called Ozzy.
what do you focus on when somebody calls you up and is like, all right, I'm looking to move my home? What does that process look like?
It's different for everyone, man, because the thing too is I want to help everyone. Obviously, I want to make money, but I also want to be like, I don't know how to explain it. The best way that I can explain it, I don't know if it's crazy. It's like the neighborhood Spider-Man type of thing.
Okay,
I want to be
all
the
right.
neighborhood mover.
All right.
I want to be family. I want us
Yeah.
all to be family. So, and I got to be careful about what I say to certain people, like certain clients. I can't be like, listen, if that's too expensive, let me know and I'll work with you. Because everybody's going to say,
Oh,
yeah,
listen,
that's too expensive, man. Let's, But I want to work with everyone. I obviously, I want to be well established. Obviously, I want to be wealthy. But at the same time, I want you to feel like you can depend on me. Ozzy's got this. I'm going through a hard time right now, but Ozzy's going to look out, Or you could recommend me to someone that's having an issue.
That's the key right there. I was
Yeah.
just about to say that, like, even if you don't make profit on the initial a huge profit, you got to make some sort of money,
Yeah, of
right? Everybody's
course.
got to make
Yeah,
money. But even if it's not so such a great profit, that person's then going to go and refer you. And then,
Yeah.
so, like, for me, I try my best to try to just introduce you and put you with different people. They may not necessarily use you, but maybe they'll refer you over to somebody.
And it's happened. It's happened, yeah.
Isn't it cool to see it in like real time?
Yeah. Yeah,
Like-
you just got to trust the process, man. You really got to, it's business. You got to sacrifice and then hope for the best. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. You just got to be willing to take the sacrifice. That's it. And I've taken it many times and it's worked out.
What are some of the struggles that you've had to overcome starting a business?
Let me see. There's a lot of things that's happened. All right, like moving pianos. That's my big thing.
Oh.
I didn't want to lose any business by saying, I don't know, or I've never done that before. Literally, dude, I would just commit to it. And this is something that I've learned recently in the business because nobody knows what they're doing. You're winging it, I still don't know what I'm doing. I'm just like taking it day by day. But one of the struggles is having confidence, you know.
Okay.
But I learned that I'm losing a lot of business, or I was losing business, about saying, oh, I don't feel too comfortable. I don't know. Now, when people ask me, hey, you know how to move a piano? Absolutely. Yeah. Here's the quote. I ask ChatGPT, is this a good quote?
Yeah.
She gives me the okay. And then right after that, once I get the deal, I'm like, all right, bunch of YouTubes. How the hell do you move a piano?
There it is.
And it's worked out. I've moved so many that like I can do it with my eyes closed now.
But that's like, so before ChatGPT and before YouTube, like that's how people learned. Like they committed to it.
Yeah.
And they went and they found a way to figure out how to be successful.
Yeah. So now my big thing is just say yes and then figure it out later.
Any sort of struggles or anything that stands out when it comes to like the corporate aspect of it? Like, you know, I'm not calling Uncle Sam, but like, you know, like dealing with like the financials, invoicing, that sort of aspect.
Not yet, no. I'm pretty on top of that. Again, ChatGPT. I'm learning how to put funds aside for rainy days, for advertising, for just about anything, you know, for rainy days. Because in the beginning, it was just all compiled in one account.
Of course.
And I was just like spending everything. I was like, you guys want to go to a bar? Yeah, company. You know?
Oh, it's a tax write-off.
Yeah.
Yeah, that old trick.
I'm learning how to allocate most of my money.
I think that's like one of the biggest tricks about small business, or one of the biggest misconceptions. Is that just because it's a tax write-off doesn't mean that it's free.
Yeah.
It just means that they're going to, the IRS is going to.
I'm learning that now too.
Like, oh, don't worry about it. Just write it off. You know, I had
even when I take my girl out to dinner, can I have the receipt on the back? Company expense.
Yeah. We talked about
our future.
So how you are a real estate agent?
Yeah.
Right. I have a lot of realtors on this show.
Yeah.
How did you first of all get into real estate, and then how did you make that transition into also now starting this moving company?
In the beginning, it was my mom.
Okay.
So she's heavy into real estate. She loves real estate. And she was like, you should just get your real estate license. She had me like open up doors for people just to check out the place or whatever. And she was like, hey, you should just do it. Just get your real estate license. And obviously, like, you know, like every mother that cares about you, she starts nagging. And you're like, you know what? I'll do it. I don't want to do it, but I'm going to do it. Yeah. And then I hate to admit it, I kind of don't regret doing it. Yeah. It was awesome. You know?
Look what it led to.
Yeah. And then it was slow because I didn't know what I was doing. I had people help me out, explain that I have to invest in certain platforms to, you know, advertise or whatever. And then it picked off. It kicked off. But the other thing too, I guess how moving came about is because people asked me if I knew movers. Mm-hmm. And then after a while, I think it was my dad that told me, it was like, just do it. Why don't you just do it? Mm-hmm. You know? So I did it and it worked out. So now what I want to do later on down the road is mix the two, real estate and moving, all one-stop shop. And then it's basically once, you know, you rent your house or resell your house, then you can also use this as movers as well.
Yeah, I mean, it makes perfect sense. And I think a lot of people have this misconception about moving companies that they're super overpriced and it's super like, I'll just do it myself, or I'm going to call a couple of my boys to come and help me.
Those days don't work anymore. Buying pizza for your boys and you're what, 5 flights?
Yeah, exactly.
It's going to cost a little more than pizza, bro.
I had a buddy of mine who just moved and I was like, bro, call Ozzy. Yeah. And he's like, nah, I got, you know, my cousin and this, that, and third. I called him and it was like day 3 of moving in. And I'm like, he's like, yeah, I just moving. I'm like, bro, like you're still moving 3 days? Like you live in a 1-bedroom apartment, my man. Like, what do you mean 3 days of moving?
I've had that. I've had people call me, ask for a price, and I give good prices. I'm affordable. You know, everybody wins. I want everybody to win because obviously I want the relationship to grow and I want you to feel comfortable recommending me to other people. But I've had people be like, nah, I'll just do it myself. This, like the next day, hey man, how much is it just to like unload the truck and bring everybody upstairs? You know, and then I'm like, it's gonna cost double now. Nah, I would never do that.
So I just kind of want to back up a little bit. So you're raised where? You're raised in the Bronx? Mm-hmm. What part?
By Yankee Stadium.
Okay.
Jerome.
Okay. And so, and you were there for your entire childhood until
until I was about like 8, 9, and then I moved to Midtown after that. Upper East Side, Upper East Side.
Okay, wow, all right.
On 79.
That's a big move.
Yeah,
like the Jeffersons, bro.
Yeah, my mom hit the jackpot. My stepdad,
How was that transition going from? I mean, look,
It was different, man.
I'm born and raised in the Bronx, and I could not imagine living on the Upper East Side.
It was different. It was because back in the day too, well, during that time, everybody was wearing like their pants below their butts, and my dad was like not having that, especially where we lived at the moment. Like, to be honest with you, I lived there and I still went back to the Bronx because I felt comfortable.
Yep.
But after a while, like I would go to school down the block on 77th Street, my pants below my butt. My dad's like, where do you think you're going?
Yeah.
Pick up your pants. I'm gonna whoop your butt, you know? And then I used to go back to the Bronx on weekends because I felt comfortable. But after a while, you know, I made some friends and they started dressing like that. And I was like, you know what? Maybe the pants thing is kind of ridiculous.
Yeah.
Now I can't stand it. I see kids with
gracious.
freaking pants below their butts. I'm like, what the hell are you doing?
You know where that comes from, right?
No.
It comes from this, and again, somebody fact check me, but from what I understand,
ChatGPT, stop. He's not your friend, bro.
No,
you can't call Chap your friend. I call him on a first name basis because I know him for a while. I use him for everything.
No, I did not get this from ChatGPT, but somebody fact checked me on this. What I understand is that whole like wearing sagging your pants comes from like prison, and it was
that makes sense.
And it was a sign to just let people know that you were available.
Really?
Yes. So you remind the kid of that, and they're like, "Wait a second, let me pick my pants up."
Yeah.
So somebody,
I didn't know that crap.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I was going to the Bronx like that. Thanks, Dad. You saved my life.
Did you ever do the one wearing sweatpants, one leg
LL
up,
Cool J?
the one up, one down?
What? I thought
With
it
a
was
bubble?
bad.
With a
Hell
bubble?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
What? That's the LL Cool J, bro.
Yo, dude, one time I walked out of my house and I had on I had one pant leg up, one sweatpants down, and I had on ski goggles.
Oh, you were.
My mom was like, "What?" Like,
Yo, I was just thinking about that. I was just thinking of Malibu. Malibu Most Wanted, dude. Yeah,
yo,
dude.
for real, straight out of Malibu's Most Wanted. And that was the only time I ever did that. But when I went to high school and I got older, it was like, wait a second, like girls don't like this.
Yeah.
And like, it's not your person. It wasn't my personality.
Yeah,
you know, I was just doing it because, you know, you're 12, 13 years old.
It's the circle.
And growing up in the Bronx, that's what people did.
Yep. It's who you're around.
But I find that like as I got older, and I'm sure you can relate, you start learning the type of person you are and what is important to you and how you want to represent yourself. Like you're always like well put together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like every time I see you, you know what I mean? Like you always show well. And I think that
thank you.
For me, I noticed that in business, even when you're not quote unquote on the job, we're always on the job.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely 100%. And that's one of the things that I need to work on too, man, balance. Because I have my phone all the time. I'm constantly thinking about how to make the business better, how to make myself better, you know, better leader. And I need to take a break from it because you burn out after a while.
Oh, yeah. Know? It always comes down to scheduling. Yeah. Right? Like
I heard you're really good at scheduling. I think I was talking to Vanessa about it. She was like, he's like...
Yeah. Yeah,
you
know? I'm like a drill sergeant, man.
Yeah.
Like, but that's
awesome, though.
That doesn't come without 40 some odd years of being completely unscheduled.
Yeah.
That only comes because I feel like I'm at a stage in my life where like I want to be the best version of myself.
Yeah.
Like when I pray for the part of my prayer is to give myself the ambition, drive, and wisdom to be the best version of myself.
Yeah.
And I feel like scheduling is something that I was really terrible at. So now I'm trying to be really good at it.
Yeah. I think you're good at it. I need to learn. I really need to have a balance because I'm starting to feel guilty about certain things. Like my son is now asking me, "You're still working? Like you're supposed to play video games with me. You're supposed to." So I'm trying to find that balance before it's too late. You know, I don't want to have any regrets. But
yeah. Well, I mean, how old is your son?
He's 6.
He's 6. So he's at that age where he remembers too.
Yeah, and he's like quick. You met him.
Oh yeah, he's
like,
sharp.
The day that you met him, he was upset because he wasn't included in the video with Vanessa and I for the thing. And then you came after. I was like, no, it's just me and her. So then you came and he saw. And then when I walked in, he was like, so, but he gets to go on? So that's why when you came in and you were trying to like dap him up, he was like, yeah, okay.
He's like, yeah, okay,
he was
buddy,
looking at you, yeah, okay.
I don't know you, buddy.
So I explained it to him and I was like, that's not nice. That's daddy's friend. He was like, all right, I'll apologize. But I just didn't like that he was in the video and I wasn't.
Yeah, well,
you know?
That's 6-year-olds.
Yeah, so that's why he FaceTimed. He was like, I'm sorry. You know,
But
he's a
dude,
good kid.
that schedule. So here's something that I learned, right? And I'm gonna just kind of and again, from 40 years of fucking up and not having a balanced life, like you have like 5 to 7 areas of your life, right? You got your spiritual life, your physical life, your relationships, family life, job, business, right? So let's just say those are. You have to figure out like how to schedule all 7 of those things in your life and figure out what the most important thing is, the lead domino in each one of those things, and just focus on that. So for example, like with your kid, right? Like sit with him. He's old enough to be like, hey, okay, cool. So you know what? Daddy works a lot, right? So tell me what you want to do this week. You pick something and then make sure that he gets to be involved in it. And then at least that way you know, and you make your schedule around that.
Yeah.
And at least you know that you covered his needs.
Yeah.
And then with your lady and with work and job and so on and so forth. Like that will help you, get more balanced.
Yeah. Well, I'm getting him a little involved in work as well. Like after the jobs, he'll come with me. I'll pick him up. We'll go, and then he'll get like all the blankets, fold them, and push them. I'll give him like $5, and now he's starting to learn about estimates.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh my dude, it's so funny. So I'll have like 5 estimates lined up, and he'll look at them, and I'll be like, all right, now we're gonna send them. I explained to him what they were.
Yep.
I'll be like, all right, I'm gonna send them. And if they say yes, we're gonna get Pokemon cards. If no, then we're just gonna have to wait for the next one. Ooh. So, dude, I'll send, and then we're just waiting there. And he's just like shaking his foot. Did they say yes or no? I gotta know. Like, am I getting Pokemon cards or?
I hope they're not all clients like me that take like a week to respond.
Oh my
back
God,
to
I don't even tell him that I'm sending you anything, because if not, he's gonna hate you. You send Steve? Yep, forget it. I'm not getting Pokemon cards for a year. Dude.
Like, yeah, I got you, bro. I got you.
Yeah.
Or I'll change the date 5 times.
Yeah. Oh my God, dude.
You know what it is though? Like, especially with that commercial move specifically, right? Like, I kept pushing the date back because I didn't have a firm date.
Yeah.
So the first date I gave you was whatever, June 30th. But then it got pushed back to July 30th. Then it got you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
but that happens. That's like part of the game. You just got to always be ready.
And I kept buying more time.
Yeah.
Like in the situation that I was in, I don't want to go into too much details, but I kept buying more time, so it was able for me to be able to afford to be able to, make some more money
that
and do
makes
what
sense.
I had to do.
Yeah. That's why I understood. Once you explained it to me, I was like, oh, that makes.
Yeah.
I would have done the same thing, dude. I would have done
You gotta
the same
just
thing.
try to, and that's business, right? Like you just have to figure it out. And I was just lucky enough that you were able to move the things around and actually, pun intended, and then move the stuff.
Yeah.
Yo, but even that small move you did for me recently, right? Like just going and picking up couches and dropping them off. Like that's super convenient, bro. Like I did not want to go spend the time to go do that shit.
People have no idea how, like when I move, I'm hiring movers. Like I'm not moving my own stuff. I'm a mover and I'm not doing it. I just can't do it, So it's convenient. It's really convenient because now you have, people are like, oh, it's like $200, $300 to move a couch or whatever. Okay, but now that you have time to focus on something else.
That's it.
That's probably going to make you even more money.
That's it.
So.
I haven't been back to the U-Haul since, bro. I need to go move them. I need to go close out one locker and go to the other one. I'm about to pay you for that shit too.
Just move it across. People do that, man.
Like, dude, do me a favor, go move this stuff across.
I have clients now that go shopping for like furniture and then just send me to go pick it up.
Yeah.
And then I'll do it while they're not home, set everything up, assemble everything, and then that's it.
Bro, that's super convenient.
I have clients that I haven't even met on Yelp.
Really?
Yeah. Like they'll Zelle me and then that's it. Maybe on FaceTime, and that's it. But besides that, it's just like do the job, send pictures, send the receipts. They Zelle me. That's it.
How do you manage the guys, right? Or I don't know if you have any female employees either, but how do you manage the guys? Like what's your hiring process like, and like what kind of stuff? Like what are the standards that you hold them to?
So, the way I hire now is you have to be recommended for now.
Okay.
Because then that would hold the person that recommended you accountable. Be like, dude, like this is a good job. I pay my guys well. So I'm hoping that like if you recommend anybody, you're responsible for them.
Yep.
I'm not too hard of a boss. And I'm not the type of guy, you need to do this, you need to do that. I always have a conversation the night before, like, hey, listen, this guy has a lot of expensive stuff. He's a good friend, and then we go from there. Like I try to treat everybody like a friend, which everybody tells me not to, but it's been working. It's been working, dude. Because like, why would you want to like backstab your friend or make him look bad?
Yeah. Go with what works, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's been working out.
What is it like balancing? And I know we were just talking about balancing, but like balancing being a father, because you seem like you're very engaged as a father.
Yeah. Oh, that's my.
And setting the
That's my boy right
example
there.
and also running the business.
It's hard. Running the business, it's like a 24-hour job. Like I literally stay up to. So, all right, my day consists of gym, getting the truck, getting the equipment, meeting the guys, and then, you know, when my son's home, making sure that he has his time. We'll play games. I'll watch him play video games on his little tablet or whatever. We'll do something together. But then after all that's done, I have to then spend time with my partner.
Yep.
So that consists of,
Yep.
you know, telling each other about our days, watching a movie, just spending quality time. After all that's done and everyone's asleep, then I go back to work.
Back to work.
You know, I'm kind of used to it. Yeah. Invoices, advertising, paying guys, learning new things before, you know, whatever job comes up. So it's tough. But you know.
Yeah, and I am very well versed in it. I've tried my best and you know, like to do like what I was telling you earlier, the most important thing, make sure you knock that down.
Yeah.
What I will find is that business will always be there and the relationships not necessarily so much.
Yeah, and that's what I'm trying to
especially
avoid.
when it comes like your son's going to be there, right? Like
Yeah.
but you want to make sure that he has the best 6-year-old version
Yes,
of
because
life.
I'm never going to get this back.
Exactly.
I'm never going to get this back, and I'm being proactive about it, you know. But I'm also explaining to him too. I work a lot. This is not going to be forever. This is because I want to provide for you. I want to get a big house. I want to get you a car when you go or college or whatever the case may be. And I explain it to my girlfriend as well.
Yep.
I explain it to Fancy. I'm like, listen, I know I'm working like crazy, but it's not going to be forever. You know, I'm going to take care of you. We're going to have a great life. This is what I need to do.
This is the season,
and she's very supportive.
This is the season of life that you're in.
Yeah. She's supportive. As long as I take her to fancy dinners and buy her things once in a while. No, that girl, she's amazing.
It seems like she does a lot of cooking.
Oh my God.
Dude, every time I open up your story, it's like you're showing me something new.
Sometimes I get scared because I feel like I'm in trouble, you know? Because she even cooks while she's mad. I'm like, it looks good. But what's in it?
Why don't you take a bite first? Why don't you take a bite first?
Yeah. She'll because her thing is she's Dominican. And I feel like that culture, like you need to feed your man no matter what.
Yeah.
So she'll set it
Way
up.
to a man's heart is through his stomach.
And she's got me, dude. Like sometimes she gets me so upset, and then I smell what's burning in that kitchen, and I'm like, fuck. You know, but
that seems like a healthy relationship, though.
It is.
From what I could see on socials,
It
right?
is.
Like,
No, it is. And one thing that I've learned, well, she's helping me learn, is we communicate a lot.
okay.
You know, we communicate a lot. She doesn't like to go to sleep angry.
That's important.
Yeah.
That's something my dad
But
told
see,
me.
the thing too is I feel like I'm kind of stubborn.
Well,
You know, I just need my space, which she gives to me. And then sometimes I'm like, you know, you're exhausted from your day. You're like, I don't want to talk about this. This is going to require too much energy. But I don't end up regretting it. Like, we don't go to sleep angry, which is great, you know? And plus, she has like the little Spanish accent. I'm like, this is why. This is why I'm with you.
Yeah.
No, but she's amazing. Before any big endeavors, like even like today on the podcast, I wasn't feeling too well. I was exhausted because I was working like almost 24 hours a day. And then she called me twice. After I saw her text, remember, I was like, I'm not going to pick it up. I'm sorry, babe, I wasn't. But then she
I
sent,
told him too,
Yeah,
by the
he
way.
did tell me. She sent the text, pick up. I was like, shit, all right. I got to go outside because I got to sound tough around the guys. But outside, I'm like, yes, babe.
Yes.
She was like, you're going to have a great podcast. You're going to kill it.
There we go. Look at
And she
that.
just like pumps me up, you know? She just like, she makes me feel like I can take over the world.
That's awesome.
You know?
That's super important, having a partner by your side that is there to lift you up, especially when you're not really
And
feeling
she's
it yourself.
dude, I'm telling you, there's times where sometimes I don't come home. You know, I'm working like 3 jobs in a day, and the next job starts at 5. I already have the truck. I'll sleep in the truck. I'll fold the blankets. I'll eat breakfast. I'll watch a movie. I'll pass out. There was one video where I slept in the truck and just opened it up, and the guys were there.
I think I saw a social. I think I saw one of those.
I slept in the truck, so I won't be late. And
You can get away with that in the summertime, not the wintertime, not in New York
dude.
City.
And you would think she would get mad. She gets a little, annoyed because she wants me to be like anybody. You want to sleep with your partner, but she understands that it's for a bigger purpose.
Yep.
You know?
That's awesome, man. I see here that one thing I've noticed about you is that like you kind of stay calm. Do you have any like how do you keep the clients calm when like do you get any like neurotic sort of customers and they're just
Yeah.
very like
It's-
nervous because moving could be super stressful,
Yeah.
right? And then you come in with your crew and yeah, so how do you navigate that?
It's a mixture of things. You learn how to read clients as time goes on. It's all experience. In the beginning, like sometimes it's a headache. Like, please don't break this. Please don't break that. Please. You feel like saying, all right, my intentions were I wasn't going to come here and break everything. But now that you said that, I'll be extra careful. But you learn because, there's, sometimes it's their first time moving or they do have expensive stuff. They've never used movers before. Or their kids are around. So you just have to take that in consideration. And after a while of dealing with that, you're like, all right, now I know where to categorize you. I know how to handle you. And we'll take it from there. Sometimes I just joke around. Jokes make everybody feel comfortable. So if somebody's like, please, I don't want you to break this and that. This is super expensive. I'm like, damn it. All right, guys, we can't break anything. You just messed up my whole day. Yeah. And then they'll be like, I want you to pack it this way. I was like, no, we're not packing that. We're throwing it out the window. Right? And then they'll just start chuckling and laughing. And then you just got to remind them, listen, I am a mover, but I'm also, I have a life too. I understand what you're going through.
Yep.
And I'm going to take care of your stuff.
Is that how you sort of build that initial trust?
Yeah. And from the moment that I text you, I'll try to make you feel comfortable.
Great.
I'll joke around with you. There's always, you just got to pay attention to the openings. Like sometimes people are like, hey, listen, I didn't pick up your phone call because I'm here with my kid. And I'll be like, oh my God, I have a kid too. They're such a pain. Oh my God, right? And then you just build that rapport and that opening. And then, so it works out. I'm pretty good. I think that's one of my gifts, just like, making people feel comfortable.
Yeah. Dude, it's super important. Like, because, listen, obviously you need to be a good mover.
Yeah.
You need to be skilled as a business owner.
Yeah.
You need to have all of these things in line. But if your personality is that of like somebody that is like this table, instead of warm and inviting, you're not going to get no business.
Yeah. And see, and that's
or you will get business, but it's not gonna. You're not gonna get the referral business.
Yeah. And that's one of the things that I meet a bunch of different people every day, and I'm a people person. I love to be, I love to have conversations. I love to be around people. I love to joke around, So this is a good business, and I'm really good at moving. I have OCD. I wrap everything. Like you have to see me. I wrap something. I'm like, damn, that was good. I post pictures about it all the time.
Yeah, I mean, dude, It's interesting because like I see you, right, and you would be considered a small business owner.
Yeah.
But you're going up against some real titans. Like you're going up against a lot. Like I'm not going to name these companies and name your competition here, but there's some pretty large companies out there.
Yeah. How
do you differentiate yourself from the pack, and how do you grow to get to that point, or do you aspire to be that point, or like where do you?
I do. You know what's so crazy? I don't know, because I want to be a big company, but I feel like that's going to take away from who I am. Because I don't know. I like to be involved in all the moves so people could be like, oh, he's such a cool guy, But I think that's another reason why I love to be on all my moves. But what I am going to start doing too is that since I can't be on all of them, I'm going to start like popping up and introducing myself.
That initial phone call, right? Like when somebody first comes in, like if you're like you have somebody answer the call, but then when the estimate comes, hey, look, my name is Ozzy. I'm the owner of the company. Yeah. I'm not going to be there, but my guy,
this person
will be there, and you have my personal number in case of any issues to be able to reach out to me. Those larger companies, if they had the owner of those companies calling those clients, like damn, those larger companies are doing 50 to 100 moves a day. If you scaled yourself to a point where you're doing 5 to 10 moves a day, and you have 5 to 10 crews, I guess that's how you would really scale, right?
Yeah.
By the more crews you have that are active, or trucks, I guess, on the road. And if you just still stayed in touch with the client, like that would go a long way. And that's what I
want. Yeah, I'm telling you, man, I want everyone to feel like family. I think that's important because that's what's going to make the business stay around forever.
Yeah, for sure.
Stay around forever, So I don't want to lose that. So I don't know what I want right now, because you can also just build like McDonald's.
Yep.
You know what I mean? McDonald's fries, no matter where you go, they taste the same.
Yes.
That's because they have a system.
Yep.
So if I can build that system and teach the guys and have them understand and be on the same page, I think I'll be fine. But that's later on.
It's all aligned with you setting the values and the goals from the beginning, from the day you hire them. Hey, look, this is what our company is. This is what our ethos is. This is what our culture is. It's everybody's a family.
Yeah.
If you drill that into them from day one, every client is like family.
Yes.
Every client is like family. So that way, when they're in a tough situation where it's like, hey, I ran out of rap or whatever, and I think I'll get away with not rapping that TV.
Yeah.
They'll be like, wait a second. Would you
my-
do that? Would you do that for your mom?
Yeah.
No.
And what you know what's so funny? I just had this conversation with one of the new guys that I just hired because he's good. He's just, you know, he hasn't been around me long enough. He was recommended. But he was like, yeah, it's fine. Don't worry about it. It's not gonna break. I was like, no, dude, this is not how we do it.
If you go back to and you use that line, right, like, dude, everybody's family.
Yeah. Yeah.
It changes the
Yeah.
dynamic
Yeah.
and it forces them, or at least subconsciously, when they're making those decisions, they'll be like, wait a second, everybody's like family, I can't do this.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it would, hopefully, you would hope that if you instill that culture enough, it will then lead into better decisions and a better experience for everybody, and then
Yeah.
they become like family.
Yep. And that's what I want. It's gonna happen, man. It's
Bro,
gonna
you're on your
happen.
way, my man. You're on your way. Talk to me about real estate. I mean, I know that you had gotten into moving from real estate. Any plans to, I know you said you were going to merge the two somehow.
Yeah.
Do you find that you're not able to put as much time into real estate now because you're growing the moving company?
Yes. Yes, because this is taking up a lot of my time. I mean, from morning to night, like I said, to like 1, 2 in the morning. But real estate's like a different breed. Like you need to dedicate just as much time. This is not something where like you can just plan to work for like 30 minutes and like, no, you're good. This takes like networking, going out, like, you know, being involved, letting people know that you exist. And that's what I'm doing with the moving company, with sponsorships, networking events and all that other stuff. But I put a hold on that for now. I'm gonna basically continue it next year because I do have plans for the winter to start differently next summer. Like the guys are gonna be like on their own, basically. I'm still gonna be there, but I'm gonna start focusing more on real estate. But real estate, I love it. My mom was the one that got me into it, and
your mom is still active?
my mom's not. No, unless you're recommended, unless someone recommends you to her, she's done. Like she's hustled for like freaking 30 years. She was good.
Yeah.
She took us on a lot of vacations. We always had like the newest cars. I was like, damn, my mom's a sugar mom. You know, like she's killing it, and I got my work ethic from my mom.
I was about to ask that next question.
She had me when she was about 16, and I remember her working
crazy
a
hours.
lot, dude.
Very similar to maybe the situation your son is in?
Yeah, but you know what? She was home every time to help me with homework. She would always hang out with me. We were playing Nintendo 64. Mm-hmm. I think that's what it was. And then Donkey Kong or some shit. She didn't know what she was doing, but she was there. And we used to always watch movies together. It was Ace Ventura was big. I used to watch the same movie.
I hated that movie.
What?
I hated Pet Detective, bro.
What? I used to make there was times where my mom, I remember she was like sad about certain things. And I used to, you know, when he used to talk with his ass?
Yeah.
I'd be like, Mom, are you okay? Like, do stuff. So I remember stuff like that. Yeah, so.
I hated and my computer just died, so we're freestyling. But I hated Pet Detective, dude. I hated Jim Carrey. I wasn't a big Jim Carrey fan. The only Jim Carrey movie I liked was Liar Liar.
Yeah.
Liar Liar was dope.
Yeah.
When he like punches himself in the
Yeah,
corner.
I was just thinking about that. My favorite scene. Do you mind? I'm kicking my own ass.
Oh man! So growing up, you grew up in a very similar situation. I guess coming from parents that were working, your mom that was working, that your son is in right now.
Yeah.
And it seems like you have a great relationship with your mom, and that you had a great childhood.
She's another one. Like I speak to her every morning. Like if I'm feeling some type of way, she's another one that's like all positivity. The world can be burning. She's like, you're gonna be all right. You're Ozzy. Don't forget who you are. I'm like, damn.
Don't forget where you come from.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So she's
from.
another one. She's my number one supporter. Like I said, I talk to her all the time. Any issues that I have, it's like her, my sister, and my girlfriend. I call them the three witches. Those are the three
all
witches.
women, huh?
Yeah, the three witches, bro. And they all agree on. If they all agree, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go for it.
All right.
You know. So.
There it is. And so you have one. How many other siblings? You have one sister. You have any other siblings?
I have 2 brothers.
Are you oldest, youngest?
Yeah, I'm the oldest.
You're the oldest. Okay, so everybody looked up to you growing up.
Heck no. Everybody did their own thing. The only one that my other brother, He's always busy. He's in stocks at Citadel. He's like CEO of Citadel or something.
Wow.
Like that. Yeah.
Okay.
And then my other brother, Andrew, is graduating from North Carolina, and he's going to do the same thing as my brother. I think that he just got hired for the same.
Really?
Yeah, for the same company.
And then your sister.
So we all did our own thing. It's just like, so they didn't really.
What did your sister do?
She works from home for like an insurance company or for a doctor or something. No, for a doctor.
Okay.
Handling insurance and bills and all that other stuff. I secretly think she doesn't do anything because every time I call her, she's always available. Be like, hey, do you have a second to talk? Yeah, what's up? So.
Oh, man. So growing up in the Bronx, anything that you had growing up in the Bronx help you with business? And any lessons that you might have learned along the way?
Growing up in the Bronx, I think it just made me tougher to like not take shit.
There you go.
You know? So maybe in that aspect, yeah. But I changed a lot when we moved to Manhattan.
Yeah. What do you mean?
It's just different. My thing is, it's the people that are around you. In the Bronx, it was all about like hanging out in the park, staying in front of the building till like freaking 1 o'clock in the morning while these guys are rolling dice, we're playing tag and all this other stuff. And then I kept coming back to that on weekends. I was staying with my grandmother because I felt comfortable there.
Yeah.
But then when I got friends over there, things changed. It was more like, yeah, we were playing basketball, but after that we were studying on Sunday to go back to school.
Oh, wow.
Or, yeah, it was completely different.
That sounds very different to me.
It was a completely different vibe.
That sounds very different to me.
It was a completely different vibe, but it changed me, and it definitely did save me because I would have went the complete opposite way if
you would have stayed in the Bronx.
Yeah.
It's tough, man, especially like growing up. You know, you said you grew up around Yankee Stadium. I mean, that's not like one of the most conducive areas for especially like, teenagers growing up, males. Like, you can get into a whole lot of trouble.
Yeah.
You could end up going one way or the other, or especially if you're like a good kid and you come from a good family, and you're succumbing to potentially peer pressure and things of that nature. So I mean, kudos to your mom for getting you out of that.
She got me out. But what's funny is I still, it's funny because we make fun of, sorry for my brother Andrew, but I got to say this. So I wanted my son to see where I grew up. So I took him back there. I still go back there. Actually, what I do too is some of the guys that are there, I take them out, give them a couple of jobs, and then take them back. I pick them up from the block. So awesome. That's one of the things that I really want to do. You inspired me, and Dave inspired me because you guys are awesome. Like, I've learned a lot.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
So,
but I
took him. I took him back there, and he was playing basketball with these kids, playing tag, and he actually got into his first fight.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
And I was like, oh, yes, this is what I want. But he came to me crying. He was like, what do I do? I was like, fight back. I stopped it immediately because he was like, all right. He grabbed the scooter. I was like, wait, whoa. No, you don't bring weapons. But after that, they became friends. They were teaching him how to play baseball and stuff. And then after that, he was like, I want to keep going back.
Yeah. And
my worst fear was like, I don't want him to come to places like this and think that you can find some good.
Yeah.
There's good people.
There's
there,
absolutely good.
Yes. So my brother was never, exposed to that. So now when we visit my grandmother, I'm like, yo, you want to come upstairs? He's like, nope, click. He locks the doors and stuff because he doesn't know. So, I wanted my son to like experience.
That's both. Important. For me, like the Bronx kind of like growing up in the neighborhood, like it built the character and the person of who you are. That especially that don't take no shit mentality.
Yeah.
Like it's not something you're just born with.
Yeah.
Right. Like if you grew up in a different community, like you don't necessarily have that, and if everything is given to you, and you never have to struggle.
Yeah, dude. Once you see that, and you know people that struggle, and you hear these stories, you're like, damn, I really don't want to go through that. I was just fortunate enough to get the opportunity to get out there and then do something with it.
Do you see your son potentially following in your footsteps?
He wants to. Yeah, he wants to, man. He was like, yeah, I want to move people. I want to help people find homes. I got to get him a little shirt, man.
Oh yeah, you doesn't have a shirt?
No, I have to get it for him. I've been slacking, dude. I'm gonna get him a shirt next week.
Bro, you've been slacking. I finally got my sweatshit today.
I know, dude.
But like,
because I didn't know what color I wanted for the winter. It was a bunch
Paralysis by analysis, homeboy.
Yeah.
That's what it is, bro. You're just like, I feel like you have like this perfectionist.
I do.
Sort of
I do. I overthink everything. That's why I have the 3 witches. Like, seriously, I overthink the littlest things because I want everything to be perfect, you know? So.
If you had some sort of advice to offer somebody who wanted to potentially start a moving company or any sort of business, what would you give them?
Be patient. Get ready for a lot of work. And then, let me see, make sure you have some money in the beginning. Because don't be cheap with your supplies.
Yeah.
You know, don't be cheap with your supplies and do your research. Because in the beginning, I mean, I still have great prices, but a job where I could have charged like $1,000 and it still would have been good, I would charge like $500 because I didn't know.
So you shot yourself in the foot a little bit.
Yeah, but at the same time, I was like, you know what? I'm willing to take that because nobody knew who I was.
Yeah.
So I had to kind of build that reputation.
Yeah.
Now I have like 30 freaking reviews on Google. I have a bunch of people saying that I'm great. I have a website. I have like this and that, and so I have proof of how good I am.
Yep.
So I can afford to like pick up the price a little.
Those Google reviews are going to pay off tremendously for you. Like I'm telling you, dude, like Google owns YouTube, right? So we're going to talk very proudly about them right now and give them because they're listening to this.
Yeah.
But Google, like those Google reviews, they don't cost anything.
Yeah.
Every time you do a move, you need to have something set up where they automatically get a text and an email and build those reviews up, bro.
Yeah.
Because like 30 is great.
Yeah.
Right. But like you should like have.
I want 100.
You should want 1,000.
Yeah.
2,000, 3,000. Like set a number between now and December 31st of this year, right? Today is like early September we're shooting. So you have like 4 months. How many reviews can you get in 4 months?
100. I want to get at least another
70.
100. Yeah. So I think what I'm going to do too is because people have to be motivated to do it, you know. So I think what I'm going to do is as soon as you know the move is over, I'm gonna be like, listen, you'll get like $20 off if you leave a honest review right now. You know, because sometimes once the move is over and, you know, you have to unpack and do all that stuff, people are like, oh, I'll just do it later. And they end up forgetting.
Yeah.
And you can't hound them. So I'm just going to be like, you leave a good review right now, $20 off or $30, something like that.
Well, figure out a way that works for you that doesn't really necessarily cost you so much. If it's a discount, if it's like a $10 coupon, $20 whatever it may be.
Yeah.
But I feel like if you have the automation set up, right, the auto text, the auto email that reminds them to leave a review, and then hey, click this button and you'll get.
I know. You know I'm not tech savvy. You help me with everything.
I know.
But what was it? What was the thing that you asked me? You asked me something.
Was it the Google form? Or was it
the Google form? No, it was the Google form, which thank God you did that because this is so intuitive. I was like, I know, right? But you helped me with everything. But there was something that you asked me one time and you were like, do you know how to do that? And I knew you were being sarcastic and I honestly did not know how to do it. So I YouTubed it and I was like, yeah, I know how to do that. I forgot. It was something so simple. Oh, you asked me, do you know how to collab on Instagram?
Oh, yeah.
And in my mind, I was like, he fucking knows I don't know how to collab on Instagram.
I did not know that.
Yeah. No, so I Googled it. I was going to ask Vanessa because she's good at that. I was like, no, I'm not going to ask her because then she's going to tell him. Let me just YouTube it. I was going to ask my son because he's like,
oh my Lord.
He knows everything about that stuff.
What would you consider to be like the heaviest, or like the biggest challenge that you've had so far, like building this business?
The biggest challenge so far, I don't know. The biggest challenge in the moving industry?
Yeah, or I mean, even in the real estate industry. Just listen, starting business in general.
Yeah.
What would you think would be the biggest challenge that you faced and overcome?
I think what I mentioned before, not being able to go on all the jobs. I want to be everywhere. So I need to figure out, I just need to train the guys and trust them. That's it. Because I don't want to lose, like, is it the stigma of my company? Like the culture of my company.
Yes, there it is.
I don't want to lose the culture. I want everybody to feel, there's 2 guys that are like me. But they try to emulate a lot of stuff, like with the joking.
Yeah.
Like there's some people that I don't know. I'm telling you, I just have that gift where I walk in, I look at the guy, and I'm like, all right, I can get away with certain things. And there's been situations where like the guy's like, all right, what do you want me to do? I was like, well, you could have moved this shit yourself. Like, and they'll start cracking up. And then the guys, when we're alone, be like, did you just tell him to move his own shit? I was like, yeah, but he's mad cool. Don't worry. He's fine. So now I have the guys coming in, and it's like this, I'm not going to mention his name, but I was like, yo, you take it over. Like, you know, do this stuff. And then I'll just pretend like I'm one of the guys. And it was like a single mom, and it was like the worst thing ever. I felt so, like I was like, fuck it, we're going to get kicked out. She was like, is there anything? Well, you could have moved this shit yourself. I was like, oh fuck.
Man.
Should have never done. She was like, oh, I'm so sorry. Should I like help put back? I was like, no, he's just joking. He has like a dry sense of humor. She was like, oh my God, thank God. No. He came to me, he's like, I'm never doing that again.
Creating the culture, buddy. Creating the culture. Time and place for jokes. If you don't know if you can joke,
just don't do it. Don't do it.
Do not do it. When did you realize like, wow, this shit is working and I'm growing and I'm on the right trajectory?
When I got like back-to-back jobs. First, when I first started out, I was like, there's no way I'm going to get a job more than like $1,000, which kind of sucks because like friends like Dave are always telling me not to limit myself, and you know,
that's a limiting mindset.
But the thing too is like, you look at a guy like Dave and you're like, yeah, don't limit yourself because look where you are, you know, but you kind of forget like, all right, but you got to remember where he's been. You know?
But if you don't know where he's been.
Yeah. But now you do, because now he has the podcast, which I think is great. You have the podcast. So now it helps when I listen to your podcast and people that have been on your show and his podcast, you start hearing stories and you're like, fuck, I'm not the only one. And that shit motivates you. And like, you know, and then you hear Dave talking about certain things. And, you know, I've been his friend for a while, so I know the things that he's been through and where he's at now. And I'm like, shit, you know, he's had it pretty rough and like he's made it out, and it motivates you. But yeah.
You know, the interesting part is that you never know. Like, so for example, like I met you and I met Dave. So you guys have lived whole lives before.
Yeah.
So I only know you as one version.
Yeah, you're lucky you didn't meet us before.
We probably would have got along then too.
There would have been no podcast.
We probably would have got along pretty well based on some of the stories that I've heard.
It was so wild.
But like, it's just part of growing up and really like becoming who you are. And some people don't grow. Some people don't grow. Some people don't get to that point. They stay in the clubs and they stay, you know, with the alcohol and the, you know.
Do you look on social media now? I don't know if it's just me. I'm pretty sure it's not just me. But do you look on social media and you see people like popping bottles, going crazy, showing off their rollies, and you're like, what are you doing?
Bro.
But then I look at old videos and it was just, that was me.
Yeah. You know? I think it's different because we didn't really have social media as much as it is now. Like I had social media, of course, but when I was clubbing in my 20s. Yeah. 20 years ago, I was clubbing. I stopped clubbing when I was like probably late 20s, maybe early 30s. I couldn't even imagine walking into a club right now and that loud music. Yeah.
Oh, so it's not just me. Okay.
The loud music.
It's loud. Like
they don't even dance.
But so
they don't even dance in the clubs, dude.
Oh my God, dude.
The club culture is not the culture that I remember.
We didn't go. It was a lounge. It wasn't a club. And my
lounges were popping though.
Yeah, but not this lounge. And I was like, am I getting old? Because my girl, she likes to dance like salsa and all that other stuff. So we went. And it was so loud, and she's trying to talk to me. I was like, are you serious? Like, at some point, I wanted to go to the DJ and be like, can you just lower it a little bit, bro? Like, it doesn't have to be that loud.
Yeah, you can't. And then she's probably talking to you, and you're like, yo, I can't hear you. Don't even bother talking to me.
Yeah, just text me, man. Just text me, dude. Like, I want to get out of here. And she's like, I want to dance. I was like, I'm not doing anything.
Yo, you can't even buy drinks. You got to buy bottles. Yeah. Everything is bottle service and just sitting on couches. Yeah. That's not the club days that I remember.
Yeah, dude.
But to answer your question, I do see people flexing on social media, and that was me, right? Yeah. It was me with the pant leg up and the ski goggles. So yes, that was me too, bro. But it's, you know, now I look at my life and I'm like, Friday night, today's Saturday, right? Last night I was in bed by 10 o'clock, dude.
Yeah, that's a blessing.
I was telling my fiance, I was telling Jen last night, I'm like, yo, babe, like I'm in bed, right? We're both in bed. It was 10 o'clock. I'm like, this is usually the time that we'd go out and pregame. Yeah. When I was growing up, like in my 20s and early 30s, like you'd pregame at about 10 o'clock for an hour or two, and then you'd go down to the city. Yeah. You know, because I grew up in the Bronx, so it was like we had to either take a cab down or we took the train down or whatever. Was us. Yeah. And then by the time you got to the club at 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning, you were already half in the bag. Yeah. probably, you know, like whatever, smoking, drinking, whatever it is. And then you sit and you stay there till 4:30 in the morning.
Yep.
And then you get home and the sun's coming up.
Yeah.
I could not imagine, dude. Now I get up before the sun comes up.
Yeah, dude. If I stay up past 1, I'm dead.
Dude.
Like if I'm out somewhere, like hanging out or with friends or whatever, and past 1 o'clock, I'm like, oh, I'm never getting up.
Yeah, I know.
This is like,
I know. You just to kind of transition a little bit, I want to do something just a little bit fun.
okay.
Right? So we're gonna do like this or that, right?
All right.
So we're gonna go, let's see here. Let me just find it here. I wrote all these things out and then my computer died. Boom, boom. Nah, I think I got it right here. Here we go. So when you're moving, okay. Short move or long distance relocation?
Short moves.
Okay. Packing yourself, or this is not a good question because this is letting the movers do it. You want let the movers do it. Okay. Community move or business move?
Community moves.
Okay. 10-man job, 2-man job.
2-man jobs.
Why?
Yeah. You don't have to worry about like the other 9 guys. 2-man jobs, and it's fun. 10-man jobs are great, but when it's just like you and a person that you get along with and you're moving stuff and all that, it's fun.
Mm-hmm.
I'll get like one of my close friends, Rob, too. He's on my social media a lot. We have a blast to the point where we start hanging out with the client and we completely forget about the move. You know? So we're like, oh crap, we got 2 other jobs, we got to go.
Yeah. And you start getting cool with the customers,
and it's
right?
fun, man. It's fun.
So that's a perfect example of like how it's not necessarily so profitable, but it's fun.
It's fun, yeah, man.
Summer barbecue or winter chill?
Summer barbecues.
Beach house, mountain cabin?
Mountain cabin. Yeah, man.
Sunrise or sunset?
Sunrise.
Here's a big one. Yankees or Mets?
Yankees because of my dad.
There we go. Good. I'm glad you answered that so we could actually publish this podcast.
Yeah, my dad would have walked right into that door. The who?
Sneakers or dress shoes?
Dress shoes.
Leg day or chest day?
Chest day all day. Every day's chest day and bicep day.
Grunge gym or franchise gym?
What was it? What was the first? Grunge. Yeah.
Or
grunge gym.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I noticed that health is a big part of your life too.
Yeah.
Has that always been like that?
No. Dave.
Really?
Yeah, dude. I was a slob.
Really?
I don't even know why he was my friend, dude. That dude saved me. Yeah, that's one big thing that I realized it's important to have good people in your circle. That's what made me my friends. Mark, I know a lot of people. I don't have a lot of friends. I know a lot, but Mark and Dave have been huge. Mark Carter, you know Mark, right? Mark Carter?
I don't.
He's my other brother.
I don't.
But those two saved me. They've been there through the worst time of my life.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's important.
So, but Dave has changed me dramatically, like with health, the way I think, depression, or like, you know, he's been there through a lot.
What keeps you so focused on your health, especially given all the business and you know being so busy and you're doing 24-hour jobs, or how do you find time for your health? Because you're no stranger to the gym selfie.
Nah. I gotta make sure people know I went, because people are like, you work all the time, you don't go to the gym. Yes, I have proof right here. And I don't even like taking pictures. I just gotta let it be known that I went today.
I got it in today.
That's it. And I stay there for a
I'd
while
be like,
too.
this guy.
Yeah.
This guy. You and Dave both. Shout out to Dave, but you guys both, like with your gym selfies. I'm like, yo, God bless, man.
Yeah.
I'll salute, man.
Yeah.
Mine, you ain't gonna see my
We
shit,
used to
man.
do back in the day. Him and I used to do funny videos like flexing. I don't know if you ever seen those.
Nah.
Like I would open the locker door and be like, yeah, and just flex my bicep.
Shit.
These are the new doors that were
The
installed.
beach is that way.
But then he would like flex his traps, and I can't see what's behind him. He's like, yo, did you see the new patio? That we used to do a lot of dumb stuff like that.
What do you want people to say about Ozzy after you're gone? And I want you to take a minute to think about this. Like, long gone, 50 years from now, 20 years from now, whatever. No, hopefully not 20, but 100 years from now, well after you're gone, what kind of impact do you want to have on this world? And what do you want people to say about you?
I want to, and this is new because I was thinking about this before. I want them to say that they can depend on me. You know, because one, like I said, the scheduling and all that other stuff, like I would commit to something, but if like a job comes up, then I would want to do the job. I got to stop doing that. Once I commit to something, I just have to go full throttle with it. And that's it. Like no matter what, even if it's a $15,000 job, I can't do it because I already promised this person that I'm going to be there. And I'm guilty of it. And that this new year coming, it's not going to happen anymore. You know, because for instance, sometimes I'll tell Fancy, my girlfriend, like, we're going to go to dinner this day. But then a huge job comes up. I'm like, do you mind? Even though she's supportive and says yes, I know it hurts.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And she's a tough girl. She won't show it, but I can feel it.
Yeah.
You know? But I want them to say that they can count on me, that I cared. And those are the two big things, you know? And I'm a family man. Like, I've always been there for my family. Those are the three things that I want.
Do you find yourself at crossroads sometimes, and then using those guiding principles to maybe make that decision?
Yes. Yeah. 100%.
It's tough, man. Like
it's hard, especially as not taking away from women, but as a man, you know, and that's why ACE is important. But it's hard to. You were mentioning like those things, family, business.
Spirituality, religion.
Not only do you have to like delegate time for all of them, but you also have to give each one 100%.
Yeah.
You know, like my whole spending time with my son, I got to give him 110%. And once I walk through that door and he's like ready to play, he doesn't know why I'm tired. Yeah. He doesn't know what I went through. He doesn't care. The only thing that he cares about is
it's daddy
you're
time.
Home. And you promised me that we're going to spend quality time. And before that goes away, I want to take advantage of like that true love that he has. Like, I want to be with you. Because I don't want it to come to the point where like, oh, dad's home, he's going to go to sleep. So I force myself. Like, I force myself to stay up or be with him or, you know, whatever it is. And, you know, I don't want to regret it. Because like we mentioned, we're never going to get this time back. Ever.
Your son is 6 years old?
Yeah.
So let's pretend that he's 18 years old and he's watching this. What do you want to say to him?
When he's 18 and he's watching this, what do you mean? Like
you talk to him. Like, hey, listen, you made it to 18. Boom, boom, boom. This is what's important. Like, talk to him. What would you think the most important thing for him to know at that point in his life?
Life's not easy. I'm pretty sure he's going to find that out as he gets older. I want him to know that, and the reason why I'm working so hard is that I can have the means to help him in his dreams, and whatever it is that he needs, college. I want to be there for him. That's the reason why one of the reasons why I'm doing this, working so hard, so I can like have that financial freedom. You want to go to college? This is the college that you want to go to? Boom.
There it is.
This is where you're going. You know, you need a car? Boom. Oh, well, he needs to deserve it, but, you know.
Yeah.
And if I did have to say anything to my son is that I love him no matter what. I'm going to always be there. And then hopefully, this is a big one, I want to be a good role model for him. You know, I want to set those standards because, you know, obviously he's going to get married and I want him to see, like, my dad was a provider. He came home tired as hell, but he still hung out with me. He took care of my mom. I did, you know, like, so I just want to set those standards as a man for him.
There you go.
You know?
All right. So that is your camera right there. Just tell people how to get in touch with you if they want to make a move, if they want to do something.
Yeah. You can find me at movingelites.com or on IG, Moving Elites. You can also call me. Should I give out my number? I don't want crazy people calling me,
you never know, man.
I have a girlfriend,
as
so
long
listen,
as,
ladies.
As long as Miss Fancy's okay with it.
No, Fancy's not okay with it. She'll pick up. Who's this? Yeah, you heard that on the podcast? Give me Steve's number. Bleep the whole thing out. But yeah, 347-218-4148. Don't call past 10 because she's there.
All right, dude. Any last thing you want to leave for us?
What do people usually say at the end of these things?
They usually say, "Thank you so much for being here."
No, definitely not saying that. No. You're welcome. No, honestly, thank you, man. This is all. I do want to thank you. Not
You're very
only
welcome.
for the podcast, but in all seriousness, you've helped me a lot, exponentially, dude. Like with you've opened my eyes up, and this is one of the things that I love because of networking. I get to meet people like you. If I would have never, got out my comfort zone because of my friends, and went to that ACE, I would have never met you. So networking is a big part of my life. Initially, ACE started it, but you pushed me even further. So I've always wanted to thank you. I just don't know how, because I'm not.
Just keep being who you are,
But
man.
I do want to thank you a lot because you've helped me with a lot of things. So I appreciate you. I consider you a brother. And if you ever need anything from me, I'm there. 100%. You know that.
Yeah,
100%. I'll be there at a drop of a dime, brother.
You are very, very welcome. It's my absolute pleasure. And my father always taught me just pay it forward.
Yeah.
So
And I
somebody
definitely
did that
will.
for me. So I do that for the
Yeah.
people that I surround myself
Yeah.
with. And I try to make sure that I surround myself with people like you.
Yeah.
People like Claudio, people like Dave, Sean, the rest of the ACE crew. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
as long as we continue to do that and we show up and be the best version of ourselves, I feel like there's nothing that we cannot accomplish.
Yeah. I agree. 100%, man. Thank you, man.
You're very welcome. And again, guys, movingelites.com,
Moving Elites.
www.movingelites.com.
And then IG, it's Moving Elites.
Yep. Free quotes, right?
quotes,
Free
yeah.
quotes. And if you have used Ozzy and or Moving Elites before and you have not left a Google review,
Please do.
do the man a favor. You hear this guy's story, the great father. Like, come on, leave the guy a review. Google loves the algorithm.
Yeah.
Anyway, dude, thank you so much for joining me
you,
today,
brother.
man. I truly appreciate it, okay?
you, brother. Thank you.
All right, this has been another episode of the Padernacht Podcast, and see you guys next week.